Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the committee. Thank you to Dr. Cronin, WCSU, for allowing us to come before you today. I won't be before you long. I just want to speak a few minutes on a topic that I think is thought-provoking and relevant to all of us, and that is, does it matter where you get your MBA degree? So I have over 10 years of experience in corporate America, and I've met so many different types of people. I've met the slacker, I've met the overachiever, I've met the person who's kind of flying under the radar. I've met the overly aggressive one. So I've met tons of different people in my experience across corporate America. And one thing I think is common amongst those folks that I have met is when I say that I'm going to get my MBA, they always ask, where are you going to school for your MBA? And it's almost like they're asking with a tone of judgment, undertone of judgment, I'll say, as to, hey, you better you better say the right thing, otherwise I'm going to judge you for it. And that always kind of, makes me think about the fact of, am I going to the right school, and should I be thinking about going to other MBA programs, or should I have thought about that? So just want to address that today. So it doesn't really matter where we get our MBA. So I think WCSU is seen as somewhat of an average MBA program school, and I think the reason for that is because of the state school designation as well as the cost. So, that kind of begs the question in my mind, does lower cost equal lower value? In my opinion, the answer is no, but I'll just kind of talk a little bit more about some other thoughts about that. So, I think, for instance, it's not lower cost equals lower value, because we have many professionals in our midst in our MBA program. I know, for instance, in this class alone, we have people such as Susu, Troy, and Shanice that are great, awesome financial professionals. And we also have Joe, who is an engineering professional. And we have Heidi, who is an HR professional. And we even have Trevor, who is a landscaper / accountant. So we have it all here. So if we want to know how to do accounting, to the fact of how to put down mulch, we have a plethora of ideas here that we can share, and we have a plethora of talent in this class alone and in the broader MBA program. So I think, that is something to be proud of, because we all have a common ground, which is the WCSU MBA program. And I think that if we all share our knowledge with each other, I think that creates a better opinion of the MBA program and a better experience for all of us. Now, sure, WCSU has not produced presidents of the United States as some other schools have, such as Harvard University, but nonetheless, it still is a quality MBA program. So now moving on to kind of just talking about Harvard, for instance, it's produced the likes of Barack Obama, George Bush, Conan O'Brien. However, the cost is also more than double that of WCSU. So I also often ask myself, is the celebrity of the clients or the students that went to these top level schools, is that celebrity actually making those schools more valuable? And is it really worth spending that arm and a leg? So for me personally, I think, hey, if that's, if you're into kind of that name brand thing, or, if that's your thing, go for it. But if you are a person that doesn't necessarily value that as much, I think, the quality of the program should be considered. And just to put a note to that, or just to put more thoughts on that, out of the Fortune 100 companies, only 39 CEOs actually have their MBA degrees. And as a matter of fact, the Walmart CEO, which Walmart is, as we know, one of the top 3 companies in the world, that Walmart CEO has his MBA from a program that's not even ranked. So, these are some examples as to why where you get your MBA doesn't really matter, in my opinion. In my own personal experience, I was an undergrad here at WCSU and now a grad student, and I can tell you that it was money well spent. Even for my undergrad years, having WCSU on my resume has not held me back at all. I've been able to work at 4 different Fortune 500 companies such as CBS, PwC, Con Edison, and Nielsen. And I can tell you that, having WestCon on my resume has been, money well spent. So I really think that the question is asked often, where is it? Does it matter where I get my MBA? And I think, a lot of that comes from just other people kind of passing judgment. But overall, I think as long as you're getting a quality education, and as I mentioned, even the top CEOs don't even all of them, the majority of them do not have their MBAs. So really, it's not a huge concern. So with that, I just want to close in saying that, hey, we should just gather around each other and keep in touch and, share our knowledge as I mentioned. And, don't let anyone make you feel like going to WCSU is a hindrance to you. And, let's be confident in our MBA program. And, unless we want to be presidents of the United States, but I think for our current trajectory that we all are on, that WCSU is a great program, and we do not have to be concerned with where we get our MBA. Thank you.